With the new Planet Zoo 2 news update video, we saw some great new things about reserves and just mainly great things. So in this video I'm going to talk about all these things that we saw and all the things that we maybe get to see in the future. So join with me while I'm going to talk about this great topic about the reserves. So the one big thing that we saw is that we can now drive through the reserve. Maybe we can also drive through our own zoos, but that we are going to see in the future. But with this activity now being able to drive through your own reserve, I was thinking, are you going to be able to become an own veterinarian, or are you going to be able to hire people, but are you going to be able to follow them? And also with this new activity, we saw that you could take pictures from your animals. So you could travel on foot, go really close to the animals. I'm pretty sure that's not really that safe, but you could travel on foot and take beautiful pictures of the scenery and of the animals. And another really important thing that we saw was this earth. And the thing that we could see on this earth was that you had different types of reserves for different type of continents, and in the same continent that you had different type of reserves with other types of biomes. So the thing that I'm asking myself is, are we also going to get the ability to transfer animals between these different type of reserves? Or are you going to be able to transfer your animals from your zoo to your reserve, but also the other way around? Are you going to be able to transfer your animal from your zoo to your reserve back to your zoo, or is that not possible? When they're in the wild, I think it is kind of reasonable that they only stay in the wild, but I'm not sure how far they're gonna go into this topic and how many things you're going to be able to do. And that brings me to my next topic. I want to know if there's a limit to how many animals you can release, because for me personally, I think it would be a bit weird if you can release like a whole herd of zebras more than once, but then you were kind of overpopulating one region. So I'm not really sure if they're gonna put a limit on how many animals you can release, because if they do that, that also means that people can't make these credit farms anymore. And I think that's kind of important, because people were kind of using the release into the wild as a credit farm, because it was pretty easy. How more endangered your animal was, how more credits you got. But that means people found a loophole, they got a lot of credits for a animal that they just made a simple habitat for, just placed down some brick wall, then they just placed down like some kind of enrichment, then maybe a feeder, and then just put a roof on top of their head, and then it was finished. That was it. They didn't really need anything else, because, well, if you would just pick a species like a cheetah that, for example, wouldn't need anything really that wouldn't really need anything special, it was just easy. You placed a few things down from the habitat tab and you were finished. And you just bought a male and a female, and when they made a little kitten, and you just wait when it grew up, and then you sold it to you didn't really sell it, but you released it into the wild, and then you got 300 credits. And with these cheetahs, you normally got like 3 pups. You didn't really get like 1, or sometimes you get 2, but you got mainly 3 or 2. I think, I'm not sure if you can get 4, but it was like a big amounts of offspring, and when they grew up you could sold them, and then you had like 1,000 for every batch that was born. So that was pretty easy. But I think if they're going to set a limit on how many animals you can release, I also think that these credit farms aren't really going to work anymore. But those are just some of my questions that I have about these reserves and how they're gonna work, and how you can maybe work yourself in these reserves, how you can impact the ecosystem. But I think we'll get a lot of more information in these passing days, because, well, the game is close to releasing, and I think they're not really done with the releasing all their information about the game. But this kind of wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a new type of video that I'm trying to make because I'm trying to kind of jump on the bandwagon of Planet Zoo 2 because, well, Planet Zoo 1 is kind of dead and not really a lot of people watch it anymore. So I'm trying to, yeah, scooch my way into this news bandwagon, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's quite a shorter video. It's not really that much. Yeah, it's not really that long, but it's also a bit of a yap because I'm not really sure how I can make these better with editing. I'm not really sure how I can edit these, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye, guys.